Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be comparing the Jeffree Star Blood Money palette to the Colourpop Star Wars Mandalorian, I think it's the Child palette. Granted, this is smaller. This one is 9 shades. This one is like 18, but this one is $18 and this one is like $55. So if you like a green color story and you don't mind a more curated selection, I think this is a good option. And even if you're just curious to see the comparisons, I think this is an interesting video. It's late. This palette's been out for a long time. So is this one. I meant to do this months ago and never got around to it. So here we are. I meant to do a standalone video on this, and because the palette's been out for so long, I kind of didn't. Let me know if you want to see me do a look with this. I have used it in my own time, but if you want me to film a look with it, I certainly can. But because the palette's been out for so long, I didn't necessarily think I needed to at this point, unless somebody wants me to. So if you want to see a standalone, like me film a look with this, I can definitely do that, but we're going to compare these in this video. So if you're interested to see if you can get close with the colors that are in the Colourpop, then just keep on. First off, let's open. I keep it in the box. I don't know why, because the packaging looks the same. So here's the Colourpop palette. This one, it gets out of stock a lot, but they have been restocking this. So Colourpop does restock this. They have continuously. And it's one of those things where I think you can go in and put your email address, and when it comes back in stock, you can get it. But here's what she looks like. You've got a brown, dark brown, a tan, 4 shimmers. There's no pressed glitters in this one, which are nice. And then you've got, this green is a sequence shade, so it's a matte with glitter. And then you've got the 2 matte greens. But it's a very, like it's a curated green color story. But it's very, very nice. I bought this. My husband's favorite color is green. I don't necessarily care about the Star Wars packaging, but I got it for the color story. And then when you open Jeffree Star's, again, you've got, a dark brown. There is a black, but it's a sequence black. So it's a black with glitter. And then you've got some matte greens, some shimmery greens, some golds. So I will swatch them side by side and you can see the shades that are similar. Because while it's not going to be an identical, and the formula is not going to be the same, the color story is very, very similar, and you can get a similar vibe. So if you liked this palette and you don't like Jeffree Star, you don't want to support his brand, you don't want to spend the $55, whatever the case may be, I think this is a good option. I will put the disclaimer out. I've never been a huge fan of his personality, but I like his products. I mean, you can go back 2 years and I've had that stance even before the whole fiasco with him. So when that whole situation happened, I wasn't surprised, but he does make a good product. My husband bought me this palette for Christmas, and I'd been telling him, if he comes out with a green themed palette, I want it. And so he bought this for me. But my husband felt like there wasn't enough greens in it. And I could say that is the case with all of his monochromatic palettes. The Blood Sugar does not have enough reds and pinks in it for me either, but it's pretty. I like it. I've used it. It's nice. If you want to spend the $55, I think it's worth the money. But yeah, we're going to get into the swatches, and then I'll talk a little bit more about the palettes at the very end. But yeah, if you want to see the comparison, we're going to move into that. I got the palettes on either side of me. I did take my watch off. If I had been planning this a little better, I would have taken it off last night, but here we are. So first off, let's swatch the dark brown. So we'll do Colourpop first, and that one is Droid Protocol. So there's the dark brown in Colourpop. I have a wipe, so I'm going to wipe my fingers in between. And then the dark brown in Jeffree Star's is Persuasion. The tone is not the same. This is a cool brown versus a warm brown, but you do get a dark brown in both. Okay, and then in Colourpop, you have just like a Tatooine. I'm going to butcher some of these names. I have not seen The Mandalorian, so don't come for me. So there's the tan. And then Jeffree Star does have a tan in his, and it's Private Island. And again, it's a cooler, Jeffree Star's palette is just a cooler undertone altogether, but you do have a tan. Okay, then we're going to move into the more dark sage, I would call it, and that is Float Your Crib from Colourpop. And it's a very, like I said, deep sagey color. There is a color similar. I would say Self-Made is probably going to be close. Again, it's got a different undertone, but same color. It's a sagey green color. And then you have a light sage called Babyface. And then in Jeffree Star's, you've got Mint Condition. Which again, they're not the same tone, but you're in the same ballpark. You're in the same color family. Okay, and then the other color is Little Frog, which is the sequence shade. So it's a matte with glitter. Now the one from Jeffree Star, Make It Rain, does not have glitter in it. So if you don't necessarily like the glitter, you might like that color a little bit better. And then, let's see, we've got some shimmers. Now the shimmers is where it gets away a little bit. So we've got Sipping Soup. I almost called it Spring Soup from Colourpop. There isn't really a color that's super comparable. His palette doesn't have a ton of shimmers. So I'm going to do Money Heist, which is a green with like a gold. It's close. And then we'll do the gold, which is CEO from Jeffree Star. And then we'll do the gold from Colourpop. So you've got the Force. And then the other one is Right Hand Mondo. There isn't one in the Jeffree Star palette that's comparable. So these are Colourpop. These ones are Jeffree Star. And then the last shade is Precious Cargo from Colourpop. And then the Jeffree Star shade would be Divine Intervention, which has a green shift to it. But you can see we're close. So yeah, let's clean this off and I'll give you my final thoughts. So you saw the swatches. Now, while they're not identical, you're in the same color family, you can get pretty stinking close, especially because, you know, there is a dark brown, there's a tan. This is more on the cooler side, whereas this, like the browns and the tans and the sages, are a little bit on the warmer side. So that's something to think about. Like, do you need both? No, but they are different enough that if you like me and you're crazy and you just like green eyeshadow, you definitely could have both of them and not have so much overlap that it seems silly to have both of them. But this is definitely on the cooler side, but you're close enough that I think if you were liking Blood Money and were interested in Blood Money and you don't want to spend the money or you don't want to support Jeffree Star, I think this is a good option. You're definitely going to get close enough that I think you would be fine. And then this is much smaller. And like I said, it's a more curated selection, so you're not having as many shades. And you can get quite a few looks out of this. You can just stay with the greens. I've done ones with the browns. You can get a very similar look with both palettes just using these shades. So yeah, I thought it was worth doing a comparison. Let me know what you guys thought. Do you guys have either one of these? What do you guys think? And again, let me know if anybody wants to see me do a look with this. I can definitely film one if you're interested, or I can even do a 3 looks if anybody's interested in that also. If there's a demand for it, I will do it. If not, I'll just keep using it on my own time, kind of a situation. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure you are subscribed. I'm going to try and film a little more frequently. I was busy with work. there's been a lot going on. So normally there's not this much of a gap between videos, but things have been kind of crazy and I haven't had time to film. So here we are. So I tried, you're going to see me in the same outfit for a few videos because I finally have some time. I'm going to try and get a few filmed. But yeah, if anybody cares about that, that's what's been going on with that. Thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. And hopefully I will see you all in another video very, very soon. Bye, everybody.